Prabhupada. My name is Hema and I'll be the host for today. Before we start, please kindly allow me to recite the Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakkamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduttam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna again, Prabhus and Matajis. Today we have the pleasure of hearing our discourse from His Grace Rupa Chaitanya Prabhu. A very quick introduction about His Grace. His Grace was born and raised in Malaysia with his family originally hailing from Kerala, India, having moved to Malaysia in the 1930s. His Grace holds a master degree in electrical power engineering from UNITAN and previously worked as a lecturer before relocating to India in 2012. At the age of 19, His Grace encountered ISKCON and Krishna consciousness, and since then, His Grace has been actively involved in sharing Vedic knowledge in various educational and corporate settings. Currently, His Grace is serving with the ISKCON Govardhan Eco Village in Galtar, Vada, Palgar, engaging with local villages, children, and school through Harikatha, Harikirtan, Hariprasad, sharing His Grace's time and knowledge generously. With great pleasure, let's invite His Grace Hemarupa Prabhu to dive into today's discourse. Hare Krishna, Your Grace.
Hare Krishna. Oh, nice to be back and to see everyone's names. I am also Hema, as you introduced. So we'll start today's session. I hope you can see the screen. It is called The Trouble with Passion. Okay, this is a verse from the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, verse number 7. So everyone wants to be passionate about something. In today's day and age, people ask you, what are you interested in? What do you have? What are you passionate about? What do you have a liking for? And many times we start to do some soul searching, self-searching to find that what is my niche? What is that which makes me, wake up in the morning to go for it? So passion is very important, but there's an issue with passion, as we're going to see in this presentation. But firstly, let's see the whole material creation is shaded by three modes. It's a very important thing to understand how the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, these three are like different colors. They shade all activities, they shade all endeavors. Everything we do is shaded and graded by these three modes, from the food we eat, to the kind of place we live in, to the kind of activity that we do. Everything is, just mixed with these modes. In fact, the entire creation is predominantly ignorance. It is mentioned when the creation happens. So from the Mahat Tattva, then comes Ahankara. Ahankara means false ego. That is predominantly tamas, predominantly ignorance. And from that, it is divided into Vaikarika, Taijasa, and Tamasa again. Yeah? Ignorance is again divided into goodness, passion, ignorance. So that goodness that we see in this material world is the goodness derived from ignorance. And the passion that we see is passion derived from ignorance. And the ignorance is ignorance derived from ignorance, because the whole material world is ignorance actually. Bhagavatam, when Brahma is creating all the species, So he creates some sattvic pranis, like the demigods, some sattvic species. He creates some ignorant species like animals. Then he creates humans. And there it's mentioned that humans, in general, everyone, whoever they may be, is predominantly passionate. Okay, human is a passionate species. You may be the even most calm person, still human race, as it is passionate. So, moving on with this. Does it change? Okay. So this is the verse that we are discussing, the 14th chapter, 7th verse. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibhadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. This raja ragatmakam vidhi. This mode of passion is known by, having a push, ragatmikam vidhi, some attachment to it. Trishna sanga, Trishna here means thirst. It creates unlimited desires, ragatmakam, unlimited longings, Trishna sanga. So that is the nature of Rajagun or passion, that it creates so much of unlimited desires and unlimited longings. I want this, I need that, this is not enough, I want more. And what happens to a person? Tan nibatnati kaunteya, a person becomes bound. And then to what? Karma sangena dehinam. He's bound to the fruitive actions, bound to his karmas. So passion may seem very nice in one sense. You feel like you have a lot of energy, but passion actually wears you out. So interesting in this purport, Prabhupada writes a few points, which I think he makes it very clear. Now, flow is there. So let's look at the first point Prabhupada writes. So Prabhupada says here, the mode of passion, right, is characterized by the attraction between man and women. This is like the basic rule Prabhupada writes. The mode of passion, if you talk about passion, means it's the highest highlight of passion you can see in this material world is the attraction between the genders, right? The opposite genders. Why? Because there is a desire to attract, right? Every man wants all the women to look at him, and every woman wants all the men to look at her, right? Sometimes that's all we want, just to look and don't want more than that. But still, that is the passion, the desire that you catch others' attention, the desire that you be the spotlight, right? Can you imagine now every human being in this world wants to be a spotlight? Is that even logical? Is that even possible? They'll have billions of spotlights. It doesn't make any sense. But that's how passion is. Passion means you feel what you are doing is right for you, right? And nothing else matters. So this is the craze, of passion in this world. Then Prabhupada writes, and when the mode of passion is increased, right? When the mode of passion is increased, one develops a hankering for material enjoyment. So when passion starts coming up, one starts to desire this, that, all materialistic things. So for those who are practicing devotees, those who are chanting Hare Krishna, we are trying to cool ourselves from the burning desires of the material world, right? So if we find ourselves kind of hankering for material things, I need that new iPhone, I wish I had a new car, I need a new apartment, oh, I need to get more clothes, more shoes, right? I need to increase. I have not visited this place yet. Let me go. I have some holidays. Right? Let me go on a first class trip. So these are desires that keep increasing. One can understand that the mode of passion is dominating us, right? Then Prabhupada writes, in the mode of passion, a man in the mode of passion, Prabhupada just being generic, it can be a woman also. A man in the mode of passion wants some honor in society. So material hankering means now you'll start looking for honor. I want prestige. If you think about it, everything we do in life is just to keep or to save our face, right? Why you study? Many people don't have interest in studying, but they study. Why? So that people don't call them dumb. Or people don't call them a loser in life. Why people work? So they at least they have something to say. If someone asks you, what do you do in life? Oh, I'm a executive. I'm a manager. I work with a so and so company. So honor is pushing us to have some title, some designation, something to our name, whether in society, in nation, right? Or he wants to have a happy family. nice children, nice wife, nice house. Isn't that everyone's desire? But if you take a survey of all the people, how many people can actually say, I have a happy family, nice children, nice wife, nice house for long term? Right? Maybe in the initial years, maybe 20 years at best, everything is going on neat and dandy. And then after 20 years, something happens in the family, some fights, some issues, some breakups, some heartaches, some losses, this and that. So no one has it in perfection. But the mode of passion means this desire. You may not get it, but the desire, you want it. And because you have the desire to maintain it, one has to work very hard. We've seen sometimes people do two jobs, right? They're working two jobs, they work three jobs, or sometimes people do businesses, sometimes people take out loans, sometimes people, do so many different things. They sell their car, they sell their house. Why? Just to maintain status quo. The push of society, of our name and fame is so much that if one is drawn by this current, by default, one has to work very hard. So very nice flow, Prabhupada writes here. Then Prabhupada continues. Therefore, it is clearly stated here that he becomes associated with the fruits of his activities and thus becomes bound. So a person who is so much pushed by passion, desiring name, fame, and getting stuck in it, he actually becomes entrapped in his own activities, right? For example, a father who wants to maintain his status quo as the provider of the family. I need to give money. I need to give shelter. If I don't, my wife will call me useless. My child will call me useless. For a man, this is worse than death. So he works very hard, very hard. The child may ask, Papa, I want a Reebok Adidas shoe. The father is like, oh, you're going to outgrow it in 2 years or 1 year. But then the child looks at the father like, you can't give me even this? And the father's ego is like, no. And he works hard and he this and that, just trying to get, to feed. So therefore, because of this desire and longing and working hard, a person becomes entangled in his activities. It's a very vicious cycle. Then Prabhupada writes, modern civilization is considered to be advanced in the standard of the mode of passion. To the degree that people are running all around the city, to the degree that people are running all over the world, right? Passionate, making this, building that, creating this, and stocking that. To that degree, society is considered very polished and modern. Sometimes when we travel, so I see people in flights, they're all so busy with their executive bags and this, and everyone feels they're so important. Like, if they are not there, the world is going to collapse. And everyone is sitting on the flight and everyone has, their tabs and their phones and their whatnots, making meetings and scheduling and this and that, moving around, and there's a pressure that comes. You have to buy something on the plane just to show that you're very rich or something. Maybe they charge it to the company, I don't know. But anyways, so this is the standard. To be passionate means you're a top class person. This is what modern day civilization is. But Prabhupada says formally, in previous times, in Vedic ages, advanced condition was considered to those in the mode of goodness. The little you have, what you need, that's what you have. Then you're considered to be very smart. You're considered to be very advanced. Someone who's satisfied by a little is considered to be advanced. Whereas modern day society, they're like, oh, you don't have 4 cars? What do you mean you don't have 4 cars? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you need 4 cars. So you're considered not advanced, right? If someone says, I'm happy walking, I work near my home. Hey, what is this? You should at least take a flight to your work. That's how advanced you are. I live somewhere, I take a flight to work and I take a flight back. Funny thing, actually in the news, it came out that a student was there who was studying in, I think it's Canada or New York or somewhere. And they were staying somewhere else in America and they would take flight to school because it was cheaper than renting an apartment in that locality. Can you imagine? Renting the apartment, they count monthly would cost them this much. Just attending the classes and going back by flight was cheaper. So the person stayed at home, took a flight to school, college, whatever, and then get back. And that was cheaper than paying a month's rent in that city. So this is considered advancement, This is what it is. So then here Prabhupada writes, even in the mode of goodness, there is no liberation. We understand this from so many classes, that goodness means you're very comfortable, you're happy with what you have. So Prabhupada says, even in the mode of goodness, there is no liberation. Then what then to speak about mode of passion? How can there be advancement? How can there be happiness in such an entangling situation? What is the outcome of a person who is in so much passion? Here are some examples. The person experiences lack of sleep because the mind is racing at 100 kilometers per hour, always constantly thinking, where am I going to get this next? How am I going to get this? No one should cut ahead of me. I, me, my. One experiences exhaustion, right? Someone just little thing, they feel so exhausted because the mind is racing. One actually feels bored, right? You find people who are passionate, they get bored easily, no challenge, boring. They been there, done that, done, over with it. What's next? What's next? They get bored very easily, very dangerous. They get bored with their work, they get bored with their family, they get bored with their wife or husband, they get bored with their children, they get bored with themselves, they want to change themselves, right? Those days when people wanted to change themselves, they'll go for a haircut. I remember after SPM, after Form 5, so I was at home and I didn't want to work. Many of my friends worked in supermarkets and this and that. I and a few others, we start roaming around the city, meeting all the friends who were working in the supermarket, super malls, and made fun of them. So we were so bored, you know. And I was thinking what to do, what to do. So one day I went to the local barber shop and I shaved my head. Shaved means I trimmed it really short because I was just bored. Little did I know that it was going to be a career choice. Okay. So anyways, that's boredom. Grief, one starts to lament. One starts to lament because there's no satisfaction. One becomes lonely, right? Because passion means constant change. So people start changing their likes, dislikes, their partners, whatever. And there's always a feeling of emptiness, right? When a person experiences a breakup, it's like the heart now has a, how you say, a pothole. You know, you must have experienced on the road, there are some potholes, right? When there's a pothole, what you need to do, you need to fill it up. So when the heart experiences a heartbreak, there's like a pothole. Just to fill up the pothole, immediately the person grabs on to the next best thing. They find a new partner, a new friend, new boy, a new girl, but they grasp on you fill up my pothole. And everyone knows it's not going to work out. That person knows it's just a, so this kind of thing is more of passion. There's no thought, this is action. Ultimately, one is depressed. So these are the kind of emotions that we want to avoid. And if we are experiencing, then probably we just have so much passion. Now, Srila Prabhupada mentions in Bhagavatam how to reduce passion and ignorance. Simple, by practicing bhakti. If one lives through the tenets of bhakti, chanting very focused rounds, right? Waking up early morning, doing arati, worshipping the deities, at least honoring prasadam, studying the shastras, these help us to cool us down. Some people say, what is the point of all this? Oh, God is so important. Else we become victims of all these 6 things shown on the screen. Now let us look at a story about 2 people who are victims of passion, right? This is a nice, interesting story from Krishna book. This comes the story of Jarasandh and Kamsa, both big demons, right? Kamsa was ruling from Mathura, Jarasandh was ruling from Bihar, modern day Magad Desh. So both of them are related. Now Jarasandh, his daughters were given in marriage to Kamsa. Right? So one demon usually chooses another demon. So anyways, and these 2 daughters, their names were Asti and Prapti. Very interesting. Asti means one already has. In Sanskrit, the word Asti means you already have, done. Right? And Prapti means what you want. So this was Kamsa's condition. Kamsa was the first victim of passion. Asti and Prapti showed his nature that he already has everything, still he wants something more. What was it? A small boy in a town of Vrindavan, small boy, and he made an enemy with him. Can you imagine? Who makes enemies with a small child? Who takes a child seriously? Here was Kamsa who had defeated all these demons in Vrindavan. That's why they listened to him. He had defeated Agasur, Bakasur, Putana, all of them he defeated. That's why they were working under him. And he was sending one by one, seeing them being killed by this boy. He could just leave it. It's just one boy. You have everything else for you. No, he made enemies with the boy. He was hurt by the very existence of the boy. Now, who takes children or sometimes the disobedience of a child so seriously? Imagine if you're walking and a small child is there, right? And the small child does something like maybe takes your shoe and throw it away, or pushes your glass away, maybe looks at you and tell Uncle Bodo or something like that, no? that was Malay for stupid, right? If he looks at you and say you're stupid, what would the adult do? The adult would just, feel bad a little, maybe inside your heart you will say lah, you Anna, I hope you Anna angkat lah. Or something you may say, something out of whatever anger, right? You may say, but eventually, ultimately, you will not take it out on the child because it's a child. But here was Kamsa passion so much, asti, prapi, having, wanting. And he was never having enough. Therefore, he chose to fight or try to kill this boy, Krishna. This is the craze of sense gratification, passion, right? So then what happens? He tried to kill Krishna at Krishna's home. When it didn't work, Kamsa said, bring him to Mathura. And before bringing him to Mathura, he said, I will kill him now. So much demons have died. Still, Kamsa is saying, I can do it. This is again the passionate mindset. When you see everyone ahead of you, nobody is happy. Everyone is failing. You say, let me go down through the same path, but I will be happy. Right? It's an illusion. So then Kamsa sends an invitation to Krishna. You come to Mathura. Kamsa is thinking that maybe I need some home ground advantage. When we play football and cricket and whatever, there's a home ground advantage. So bring Krishna to Mathura and then I'll kill him here. In that, he was a bit worried. He kept so many demons. Kuala appeared and he kept these Mushtika wrestlers to fight. And all these people he kept. Everyone died. Still, Kamsa said, I will do it. Eventually, what happened to Kamsa? Kamsa also died. Right? So this is the fate of passion, that one can already see death in the beginning, but still says, no, let me try. And one becomes a victim, a fool of one's own craziness. Now the story doesn't end there. Let's see another crazy person, Jarasan, father-in-law. So now Kamsa is dead. What happens? His two wives, Asti and Prapti, they go to the father. Oh, my dear father, look at Krishna, what he has done. He has made us widows. And they start crying. And now the father, he's blinded. He say, what a horrible person is Krishna. Krishna is so shameless. Krishna killed his own uncle. How is it possible? He's a killer of family members. How can he started cursing Krishna. Now, Jarasan is the biggest idiot because he doesn't realize who is he defending? Kamsa. And what did Kamsa do? Kamsa imprisoned Vasudeva and Devaki. Kamsa killed the children, his own nephews, right, of Devaki. So who is the killer of the family? Kamsa. But here, Jarasan is blaming Krishna. Krishna is the killer of family. He got so angry. So this is another effect of passion. Passion makes us blind to reality. There's a Sanskrit word called Kamanda. Kama anda. Anda means blind. Kama means lust. The passion makes us blind to reality. And sometimes, a person who's especially so much caught up with trying to earn wealth, this is the biggest blinding thing. I want money. They are blind by principles. They are blind by good counsel. They are right. And sometimes such people, you can't do anything. You just have to leave them. Go. Time will purify them after they get whacked here and there. Then they will come to their senses. You can't. Sometimes you just, good counsel doesn't work. So this is called passion, makes one blind to reality. So Jarasan was like this. He was blind to the reality that Kamsa was the greatest demon, not Krishna. Why is he blaming Krishna? Then the story continues. So what did Jarasan do? Oh, Jarasan said, now it's my duty to right the wrong. There was no wrong actually. Kamsa was wrong. But Jarasan is saying it's my duty to right the wrong. And what did he do? He launched a huge Akshauni, right? A platoon of military to attack Mathura, where Krishna was staying. So from Bihar, right, he attacked Mathura. And when he attacked Mathura, Krishna was standing there. Krishna was saying, oh, one big demon is said. I have appeared just to kill all demons. It is so nice. Thank you. You're making my job easier. I don't have to run around looking for the demons. All demons are coming in one place, right? I just have to sit down and ting, 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 clear up the lot. It's so much easy. So the first Sena Akshauni comes, he kills everyone. And Krishna leaves Jarasan. He said, I have no fight with you. I have no interest in your kingdom. And actually, Krishna was thinking that he is a good HR manager, a human resource manager. He's going to bring more people. He's a good for employment. He's going to bring more demons. So let him go. So Jarasan goes back defeated like anything. All his military, all animals, everything is dead. Only Jarasan starts walking back. When he reaches back, he's so depressed. He's thinking, my God, am I a fool? See, here's a beautiful lesson. Sometimes when setbacks comes in life, people generally ask the question, why Krishna? Why me? But when problems come, we should sometimes trying to teach me. Something went wrong somewhere in my equation in life. And this has happened now. Wait. Let me think what is happening. Krishna, please, are you trying to say something? Give me a little sat buddhi, good intelligence. Let me try to understand. So there's no use in challenging or fighting fate, right? Like we fight someone and say, why this happened to me? What did I do? I'm innocent. That person is innocent. How this happened? Don't fight it. Something has happened. Try to think. What is Krishna trying to teach? So Jarasan had some brains. Let's see. So he went back to his kingdom. He starts sitting down and thinking, maybe I should not be doing this. But just see the influence of friends. See, passion is such a thing that even if you try to get out of it, there are people who are passionate around you who will pull you back into it. Jarasan's ministers, they start speaking to Jarasan. Oh king, why are you looking sad? I lost. Hey, that was the time was not right. Neram seriyillappa. The time was not right. That's the only problem. Nothing like that. You could have been easily. So then Jarasan is saying, oh, really? Huh? Probably I'll try again. So Jarasan again launches another army. Again, 23 Akshaunis. Huge army. Now remember, in Bhagavad Gita, the battle of Kurukshetra was only 18 Akshaunis. This is 23, larger than that. Can you imagine? Second time he goes. Second time he's also defeated. Left, right, center. And he's sent walking back. Now Jarasan, second time he comes back. Minister tells him again, Sahib, sir, master, king, my lord, don't worry. This was just an accident, my mistake, right? So now when you're all hearing this, you're thinking, how can Jarasan be so stupid? Huh? How can he be so stupid? But if you compare this with a person who's addicted to casino, playing the roulette and playing gambling, same thing, right? He loses once, he thinks, no, next time a bit. I lost 500, let me put in 1,000, maybe this will change. Maybe if I blow the money, there's so many people who do funny things, and I put it, maybe this will increase my luck, right? Maybe I should go and pray first and then put the money on the altar and then use that same money and gamble. Oh gosh, what all tricks people do, isn't it? I've never done, but I just heard. So, right? It's the same craziness of passion, thinking that again I will. So Jarasan did like this, not once, not twice, not thrice, 17 times. 17 times, right? 17 times foolishness. So much passion that he thought that I will do it, I will do it, I will do it. And every time he got defeated. Finally, on the 18th time, Krishna was now getting tired of this. He killed everyone. Some more demons were coming. At that time, when Jarasan was about to attack Mathura, Krishna got a very important lesson. Or letter, sorry. Krishna got a very important letter. A letter had come. When Krishna read the letter, Krishna was like, oh, sorry, Jarasan, enough of playing with you. I have more urgent matters to attend to. And he ran away. Krishna and Balram ran away from Mathura. Right? And Jarasan is saying, what is this? 17 times you defeat me, finally you're afraid? Jarasan starts running after Krishna and Balram. Krishna and Balram actually got a letter from Rukmini. So Rukmini had sent a letter that, Krishna, please, I am supposed to be married to this jackal-faced person, Shishupal, and I'm not at all interested in him. Either you come and take me away now, and she gives the whole plan. Can you imagine? She tells him, you come at this place, in this temple, this time, no one is there, pick me up, go like this, do like that, but don't kill my family members. She tells him, uh, So then, right? So in this way, yeah. So Jarasan, when he wanted to attack this thing, like Krishna, where are you going? Krishna had better things to do. Krishna's enough. This is now personal matter. I was having fun, but now personal call. So Krishna and Balram ran, left that place. They climbed up a mountain, Raivata mountain, and Jarasan came to the base of the mountain and said, "Oh, Krishna is on top of this." He sets fire to the entire mountain. Can you imagine burning entire mountain? And with that, he felt himself successful. Ah, just see, I have killed Krishna and Balram. But if you look at the picture here on the screen, Krishna and Balram actually jumped from the thousand feet mountain and they went away quiet. They were not bothered to look back and say, Jarasan, you had done nothing. I'm still alive. They were not bothered. The nature of passion is wanting credit, whereas the nature of goodness is one is not interested in the results, not interested in the name tag that comes along with it. One is only interested in the action, the work, the effect of it. So like this, we see how Jarasan was fooled, right? Fooled to think that he had already killed Krishna. Now, just a side note, because the story comes in between of Rukmini, Acharya has mentioned that how Rukmini writing the letter to Krishna is what the Jivas should do. If you compare Rukmini to be the Jivatma and Krishna to be the Supreme Lord, and Rukmini sends a Brahmana to send the letter, that is like Guru. So the Jiva has to express the desire to become a devotee, right? The Jiva has to express the desire to want Krishna. Then Krishna will act. Rukmini wanted Krishna a long time. Rukmini wanted since the beginning. But she did not say anything, she did not do anything, and Krishna was busy killing all the demons of Jarasan. But when she reached to a place where she had no turning back, where all walls were barred up, now she had to put it into writing, put it on a piece of paper, present it in front of Guru, and Guru takes it to Krishna, the Brahmana takes it to Krishna. Then Krishna acts. So similarly in our lives also, we must declare, right, our subordination, we must declare our determination, we must declare our devotion towards Krishna. Don't think that God knows I'm a devotee. No, you must tell Krishna, please make me a devotee. Oh Mahaprabhu, please, I want to be a devotee. One must beg and pray that my Lord, please keep me as a devotee. I don't want to slip. I don't want to fall. I don't want to lose the Vaishnava Sangha. I'm an offender. I'm a sinful person. I'm not a right devotee, but please help me. Please keep me every day, day in, day out. Right? This is so important. So when Rukmini, she writes the letter expressing her heart, she also writes a plan. So here they mentioned the two things we need to do. We need to express our desire for Krishna constantly. At the same time, we need to also plan our Krishna consciousness. So it's not just wish, it's not just, being wishful, but it's also being a little practical. You have to plan your Krishna consciousness. What age am I now in this material body? Okay. What's the likeliness I'm going to live? What am I going to do? At what age and stage I'm going to get what? Right? In ISKCON, there's milestones as well. Right? You have all your Bhakti Shastri, your Bhakti Vaibhav. When am I going to study and read Srila Prabhupada's books, the small books, the medium books, the large books, the bigger books? And when am I going to do services? Do I know how to cook for the deities? Do I know how to do the worship properly? Do I know this? Do I know that? Do I know Parampara knowledge? Do I know all the acharyas? Do I know this? We have to check ourselves. So we, as much as we plan our material lives, we must also plan our spiritual life. So these two things are very important. And these two things can only be done if we are not bound by passion, because these two things requires thought and humility, right? To plan our lives in Krishna consciousness, we need some goodness and good guidance, guru, counselor, guidance, whoever. And at the same time, to express our dependence and fallen nature, we need some goodness. Passionate person will never say, I need you. Passionate person says, I want from you. Right? Passionate person does not plan. Passionate person says, go with the flow, whatever happens, fine. Right? So it's a beautiful lesson that we can get comparing Rukmini with Jarasandh and this Kamsa, how she is, expressing the deep desire for Krishna. So we also have to learn to express this every day by chanting Hare Krishna. Actually, that is the mood. When we are chanting Hare Krishna, when we are hearing this mantra, inside our heart should be that longing. Krishna, please, I have zero qualifications. I am not at all a devotee, even 1%. But somehow or other, maintain me. Krishna, please keep me in the shelter of ISKCON. Keep me in the shelter of your spirit, of spiritual master. Keep me in the shelter of devotees. Krishna, please, I cannot survive outside. I cannot survive anywhere. Krishna, help me. Oh Lord Chaitanya, you're so merciful to Jagai and Madai. Please, kindly give me some mercy. Can I at least be a devotee in this lifetime? At least let me try to understand what it is like being a devotee. In such ways, one should constantly pray, right? So then, like this, we see the stories of these two great demons, Kamsa and Jarasandha. Now, let's look at some practical points based on what we discussed from Srila Prabhupada's purports as well as these examples. So all of us have some burning in the heart. Inside the heart, there's some burning. For what? Well, 99.9% is sense gratification, trying to enjoy this material world. And because of that, we create attractions to different things. Some people are attracted to this, some people are attracted to that, whatever it may be. But it's all material attraction. This attraction for sense objects, in whatever nature it may be, right? This leads us to want to perform sense gratification in whatever way. Again, we're speaking very general, right? This sense gratification extends itself. Now, it's not just the activity itself, it slowly starts to expand. Like for someone who's crazy for money, you think it's money. Later, for money, it becomes expensive lifestyle, it becomes expensive cars, it becomes overseas holiday vacation, everything that circles around money, right? Buying people, bribing people, whatever it may be, everything starts to grow. So material attraction leads to sense gratification. It leads to the extended form, which is name, fame, adoration, right? In whatever sphere, if a person is addicted to food, still he wants some name, fame, adoration. People want to be noticed for these kind of things. And like Prabhupada mentioned, if you want all these things, you want a name in society, name in your family, name here, name there, then one has to work hard to maintain this. But the reality is how much hard you work to maintain is, will all these things last? Nothing can last in the material world. So much hard work, everything evaporated, right? And those who work so hard, it is bound again by their karma, bound again by their action. The desire remains. And sometimes people, lifetime after lifetime, they're working hard, right? So this bind by this action again creates reaction. So this is a vicious cycle if you look at it. The burning in the heart is a vicious cycle. Attraction, sense gratification, extended form of sense gratification, working hard like a dog, like an ass, right? Bound by one's activities, again to be attracted to something else. Again, it continues. How do we break the cycle? Where do we break the cycle? What is the weakest link in this cycle? Right? That is the attraction. This is the weakest link. We need to learn to break or change this. What we need to do? We need to turn or transform that attraction towards Krishna. When we are attracted towards the divine couple, right, instead of the things of this material world, when that one pivot, attraction change, the whole cycle changes. If attraction is to matter, the whole cycle will trap us. If the attraction is towards Radha and Krishna, towards the Supreme Personality, the divine couple, then that whole cycle becomes purified. See? So now the center is Radha and Krishna. The center is the service to the divine couple, right? So therefore, the attraction changes now. The attraction comes to attraction for Krishna, right? What pleases Krishna. And sense gratification, which means selfish sense gratification, that changes now to become what pleases Krishna. So now we are no longer thinking what I need, what I want, what I should have. We are thinking, this is better for my Krishna consciousness, or this will please Krishna more. This is actually what Krishna wants. This is what Krishna likes. So our thinking in terms of Krishna. And then we are not bothered about name, fame, adoration for our own extended sense gratification. We are now focused towards dedication towards the mission of Krishna. What is the mission of Lord Krishna? To give prema bhakti in this world, which is why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So then we are only thinking about how we are serving the society. ISKCON not become an NGO that I affiliate with. ISKCON is not a society, which is some where all people just come together and talk together. No, ISKCON becomes my family. The society, the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is not just an Acharya. Srila Prabhupada is our forefather, right? Srila Prabhupada is our father, grandfather. His mission, his life, his house we are living in. We take it very seriously. So that's called dedication towards the mission. My acts, my activities, everything goes forward to helping and promoting the mission and the devotees connected to this mission. Now, that sounds like a lot of hard work. So is there hard work? Like there was hard work to maintain name, fame, and adoration. So dedication towards the mission, is there hard work? Yes. But this hard work is satisfying. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh my God, Prabhu, I thought they will not be hard work. Hard work is always there. There is hard work, but it is satisfying. You sometimes, um, sometimes we discuss in our Brahmacharya ashram that before joining, how many hours you used to work? And we used to say, yeah, we used to work 8 hours, 10 hours at best. And now in Brahmacharya ashram, how many hours do we work? Practically constantly, isn't it? There's constant service from the morning till evening till night, back to back. Whether it's a Sunday or Monday, it makes no difference for us. Every day is just engagement, doing this, doing that. And many people sometimes they tell us, that you're looking kind of tired. Maybe you should take some rest. I'm like, yeah, okay. After some time, not today, not tomorrow. I'm busy. Day after tomorrow, I'll take some rest. I have some 1-2 hours. So, but it's so satisfying. Working hard for Srila Prabhupada, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for the pleasure of Krishna. It's so fine, right? And this act does not bound you, does not capture you, but this act makes you Krishna Graha Grihitatma, makes you mad after Krishna. So some people, they work so hard as if they are like, we say, kana raso. In Malay, you kana raso, you're haunted, right? You're haunted. A person works so crazy, working all night, all day in the office and all, they're like kana raso working. So in Sanskrit, there's also another word for kana raso. It's called Krishna Grihitatma. Grihitatma is one who's being haunted by Krishna Graha. Sometimes there are some planets like Shani and this and that who haunts the person, makes them a bit crazy, right? Mars and all these kind of things. So a devotee is haunted by the planet Krishna. Krishna is a Graha, Krishna Graha Grihitatma. So the devotee is actually a description of Prahlad Maharaj. He's always constantly, even in their mundane work, if they go to work, they go to college, they go to business, but they're constantly thinking about Krishna. So we had a good fortune of being grown up in Krishna conscious in that kind of lifestyle. I remember when we were serving with His Grace Srivas Chaitanya Prabhu in so many different endeavors. He was a dentist, we was college, university students. Later we became lecturers in universities. And still, the constant discussion every day was programs and preaching and reaching out and, using whatever facilities and whatever abilities we have. Right? We would use the university's classrooms and our university contacts and whatever possible, whatever we had at our disposal, just to push forward the mission. And, office space or whatever was there, everything was Krishna. I remember all of us young boys, we were just, all of us had our own cars, and practically everyone's cars were filled with books and prasadam and stickers and whatnot, chapamalas and whatnot, right? So it was like we said moving temple, because anywhere, anytime we were ready, right? For after work programs, after work preaching, whatever it was there, right? So this is a beautiful ability, and it all of this stems from our practice of the Sankirtan mission. To the degree that we take the holy name seriously, to the degree that we actually dive deep into relishing and chanting the holy names, to that degree we can actually make attraction for Krishna as the center of our life. If not, we may have this Kantimala, we may have this Tilak, we may chant some rounds, we may even be initiated. But if that attraction is not ultimately for some ulterior motive, my name, my fame, I want to be popular, or my secret pockets of sense gratification, then we will not experience happiness. Externally, we may make a show of being a devotee, but internally, we cannot be happy. So this holy name, this Sankirtan mission is so powerful. As you see the devotees, they are dancing, chanting, and singing, right? And many of them have their, even Mahaprabhu's time, many of them have their own jobs. Some was a tailor, some was a this and that. Everyone had their own jobs. So even at jobs, they were like, just can't wait to finish their jobs. Why they're working? Because they just need money. Why they need money? Because they need to sustain their lives. That's it. But the main life was actually bhakti. So this is the beauty of this passion, that we cannot kill passion, like we said, because I have a human body. Therefore, by nature, by design, I am passionate. But we can dovetail that passion, right? We can in trying to make it into attraction for the divine couple. And therefore, the same flow is there. The same flow is there of these chains, but it is purified form. Attraction to Krishna, desiring to please Krishna's senses, dedication towards the mission, still working hard is also there, but happy, satisfied, right? And one also becomes kind of like raso, like pukao a bit, right? But it is only for Krishna, and this cycle continues. And this is a cycle that we like, we want. This cycle we are happy with. So we will end here the presentation for today. What is the trouble with passion? So let us not just be on the platform of passion, but let us try to transcend it and develop some compassion, right, in the mood of the Vaishnava Acharyas. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. We can take some questions if they are there. We have like 20 minutes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for such a wonderful and practical class on how the moods of material nature are affecting us and how to rise above it. Next, we can quickly take a few questions. Devotees can type out the question in chat box or unmute yourself.
Okay.
We have a question, Your Grace. Hare Krishna Prabhu, we need passionate environment and mood to achieve something in the world, at least to have a decent earning. Is it a way to change passion into favorable environment to practice bhakti?
So we have to see what does it mean, decent earning. So we have to define our definition of success. Some people say that decent earning means I need a 6-figure salary. That is decent for me. Oh, Prabhu, this current society is very difficult to survive, difficult to live. So you have to really see what is your definition of success. Because if your definition is very lofty, then you're going to work very hard for it. But we realize that we don't need so much. So to the degree that we are actually practicing bhakti, it kinds of like makes us cool-headed to realize that we don't need so much, many of the times. And most of the times, you're just working hard to keep up with the status quo that society has artificially created, what it means to be successful. Like I said, having 4 cars, having 2 houses, having 10 pairs of clothes. Today morning, I was sending an audio, no? That while when I was working as a lecturer in APU, right, Asia Pacific University in Bukit Jalil, so I had only 5 shirts and 1 pant. This was all I had because I was planning on joining. And I realized I didn't need so much, right? But when some people start to comment that, sir, every Monday you wear the same shirt, huh? Then I thought, okay, better I get 2 more shirts. So I'll have a combination, permutation and combination. So when you say achieve something in this world, what are we trying to achieve? That's why being a devotee means being very real. Living for. Is it wrong that you have a simple job? Is it wrong that you have a sufficient amount? Many things are just created artificially. So we have to really pray to Krishna, really pray to be able to see what is a need and what is a want. Again, this requires a long discussion because the Jivatma is never convinced. Like Kamsa was never convinced with Asti and Prapti. He said, no, I need this. This is my basic. Okay. If you need it, then work hard for it. Hopefully, Krishna will give you realization one day. Actually, we don't need it so much.
Thank you, Your Grace. Second question is, Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you explain Krishna Graha again?
Krishna Graha means the planet Krishna. So in astrology, sometimes if a person is acting a little crazy, that means they check, sometimes some planets are sitting on their head. Not literally, but in their charts. So sometimes, usually it's Mars or Shani this Rahu, this causes some disturbance. So here Prahlad Maharaj is described as a person who is haunted by Krishna Graha. The planet Krishna, that means Krishna is like a planet. Krishna is one of the, we have 9 planets, right? Rahu, Ketu, Shani, and all these things. So similarly, Krishna is like one of these planets which is haunting the devotee, sitting in the devotee's head. So the devotee is also crazy for Krishna. So this is called Krishna Graha Grahitatma. Okay, it comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 5th chapter.
Thank you again, Your Grace. We have one last question. Is there a specific minimum or maximum requirement to become a qualified devotee? Or should we simply go with the flow, taking up the services we find or those that come our way?
Yeah, so usually we don't find services, services find us, and actually it's Krishna's arrangement only. To the degree that we are malleable, flexible, that actually helps us to grow. We do a lot of things right, we do a lot of things wrong. So we say minimum requirement, maximum requirement, I don't know what sounds very corporate. But the minimum, I guess, requirement to become a devotee is sincerity, faith. If one has faith in one's process, one has faith in one's guidance, in one's seniors, then one can advance very easily. To the degree that we associate with advanced devotees, to the degree that we actually put in heart and soul in whatever we do, one will advance like anything.
Thank you, Your Grace. We have another question, Your Grace. Apart from suggesting Bhakti Yoga, what else can we do to convince people to transform their passion?
Nothing will work in this age other than bhakti. They may do some meditation just to cool themselves down. But again, even their meditation is passionate because there's a desire to cool themselves down. So in this age of Kali, it is so messy that if you do any other process, you're just cheating yourself. You're just running around in a circle. You're cheating yourself. The only thing is Bhakti Yoga gives you purpose. Bhakti Yoga does not negate who you are. Some people have a nature who's very active and want challenges. You can get that in Bhakti. Some people have a nature who they want peace. You can get that in Bhakti as well. So Bhakti is a broad spectrum process that can actually accommodate all kinds of people. And therefore, to suggest people anything other than Bhakti is an injustice. This is mentioned in 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when the demigods come to Vishnu to ask for help from the disturbance of Vritrasur. So they give pure devotional prayers. And after the prayers, they say that, my Lord, please protect us, protect this body. I don't want to die. I want to remain as a demigod. And now Vishnu is saying, you cheap. Beautiful prayers you say, you're going to be pure devotee, but still you're actually body conscious. Then Vishnu gives them left, right, center. Vishnu says, look, you people like this, my devotees are the real physicians. They are the real medicine practitioners. They are the real medical people. They will give you the medicine as it is. They will not cheat you with any other process. Bhakti is the real pill. Take it, get better. Right? If you give someone else any other process, you're actually cheating them.
Thank you very much, Your Grace. We do not have any more questions. Your Grace, thank you once again from all of us. And we greatly appreciate your association, Your Grace. BJ Kel would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to His Grace, Hemar Prabhu, for taking his time out of His Grace busy schedule for us, for investing His Grace's time on us. We look forward to having more association with Your Grace in our future session. With that, we have come to the end of this session. Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis, thank you for joining us today. We will see you again in our next discourse. All glories to Dear Lord Sri Lakshmi Narayana, all glories to Sri Radha Madhava Sakis, all glories to Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, all glories to Sri Gaura Nitai, all glories to Sampradaya Acharya, all glories to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to the assembled devotees. Thank you, Prabhus and Matajis. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Krishna, thank you so much.
Krishna, thank you, Your Grace. Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhu, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Thank you
Prabhu.
so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice class.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
From Chennai, I'm calling, speaking.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice class. Very nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Excellent session as usual. Looking forward to see you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhu, thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Himaruka Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Your Grace, can we end the session?
Yes.
Thank
Thank you.
you.